Well, luckily, this is only spring training. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Head Soup Mini, and today we're going to recap this afternoon's spring training game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Detroit Tigers as the Phillies lose 14-8 to the Tigers as the bullpen is absolutely implodes as Detroit scores 12 unanswered runs. In this one, not a very good one for the Phils. And I guess before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please share and engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides daily game video highlights from the game. So please go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. This was not a good one for the Phillies here this afternoon. It was nice to see on the offensive side. Didi Gregorius hit a home run, and that ball was absolutely destroyed. Rhys Hoskins going 474 feet the other way. He absolutely smoked that ball. And Mickey Moniak with his second home run of the spring. You saw he homered against the Pittsburgh Pirates on the game. It was canceled on Thursday, and he homers again. So his second of the spring. It was nice to see out of Mick, the first round pick out of 2016. When it came to pitching staff, not the best. I mean, Zach Eflin, a nice clean 2 innings today, but luckily the names that totally imploded, you're not really going to put too much stock in. So it wasn't like it was, the Brad Hands of the world or, guys like that. It was, guys that, are just being thrown out there. It's really not that big of a deal. I'm not too upset about it. I mean, a loss is a loss, but this is spring training. But it just goes to show you that some of the guys that even that were drafted by the Phils, not a lot of hope down there. Not a lot of hope. Eventually blossoming into a good guy coming out of the bullpen. Just so it doesn't give me a lot of hope. So we pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the second inning. Matt Vierling, as he's been on fire so far this spring, ladies and gentlemen, he triples on a sharp line drive to center field, out to the number 3 prospect in baseball, Riley Green. And Juan Camargo comes around to score, a guy we're going to be seeing off of our bench. And it's 1-0 Philadelphia here in the second. So Matt Vierling getting it started with a bang. And then in the same inning, Mickey Moniak with a 2-run shot to center field to score Matt Vierling right from third. And it's now 3-0 Phils. So Mickey Moniak, he did home run Thursday against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he goes yard again. Now, the home run against the Pirates was also to center field. It barely even got out, but a home run is a home run. So 3-0 Philadelphia. Then we pick it up here, top of the third inning. Rhys Hoskins going the other way for his second of the spring. He also homered on Thursday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. 474 feet. He absolutely destroyed this. You just love to see that, man. Going right center field, the other way. 4-0 Phillies. Then we pick it up, bottom of the third inning. Robbie Grossman going against Jacob Hernandez. It's a second place fly to right field. Riley Green comes around to score as the Tigers get on the board now a 4-1 ball game. The number 3 prospect in all baseball coming around to score on that. So that gets the Detroit Tigers on the board. 4-1 ball game. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Riley Green, the man who scored the first run, drives in Demir Cardio as he doubles on a ground ball to center field, as it's now a 4-2 ball game. So the Tigers, slowly chipping away, at this lead, right? And that was off of Damon Jones. So we pick it up top of the 5th inning. Didi Gregorius, as he's had, a pretty good start to his spring here, as he absolutely launches a home run on a fly ball to right field. A 2-run total also scores. Gene Segura, his first of the spring, as the Phillies now get those 2 runs right back. Now a 6-2 ball game. So they get the 4-run lead back. Didi Gregorius looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. You saw him get that RBI double last week, and I've actually been impressed with him so far this spring. If you all remember, in 2021, wasn't setting the world on fire in spring training. I understand it's still spring training, but it gives me a little hope, right? Honestly, I think it's going to be a mental thing, right? He knows that Bryson Scott is lighting it up so far this spring. He knows he has something to play for, so hopefully this is making him eager, man. This is what Didi does, right? He comes off of an injury-prone season, did this in 2019. 2021 was by far the worst year of his career, but he also wasn't so good in 2019. Came back in 2020, was very good. You saw that, and that's why the Phillies signed him back in that 2-year deal. was awful in 2021, and hopefully he'll do what he did in 2020 here in 2022. So 6-2 Phillies. You only pick it up bottom of the 5th inning. Javier Baez, our new acquisition, member of the Cubs, and then, most recently when he was a free agent, he was a member of the Mets. They did not bring him back. Overrated player. I don't really understand this. I mean, everyone's making such a big deal that the Tigers signed this guy. I never really understood the big appeal with Javier Baez. Doesn't get on base a good amount. He strikes out a lot. I'm just not a fan. He can sometimes he's made some spectacular plays at short. And at second, remember, he was, when he's with the Mets, he saw some time all around the diamond. Sometimes he can look like a fool, especially, when he overthrows it over the first baseman's head, things of that nature. He doubles on a sharp fly ball to right field. Aki Beldu and Victor Reyes come around to score a 2 RBI double for Baez, his 3rd double of the spring, as the Tigers get those 2 runs right back, as they now trail 6-4. Javier Baez, he's actually done, pretty decent so far this spring. That was off of Joe Gatto, a guy that you're really not going to put much stock in. And here we go, here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Derek Hill homers on a fly ball to right center field, his 2nd of the spring, as the Tigers is now down by 1, a 6-5 ball game. So it's off of Michael Kelly. These are names that you're not really going to put too much stock in. I mean, I'm not, sitting here crying about it. It's not that big a deal. It's spring training. These are guys you're not going to be seeing in the regular season. Since spring training, you're going to see, it's a good amount of guys that you're going to see in the regular season, obviously. But the guys we saw, totally implode here later in the game are not guys you're going to put too much stock in. Not guys you're going to be, see strolling out of the bullpen game. Okay, let me just tell you that. So it's not that big of a deal. And it is kind of, unfortunate at the same time. It's just like, we just can't develop. And then the same inning, Willie Castro doubles on his sharp line drive to right field. And Spencer Torkelson comes around to score as the Tigers now tie it at 6. So there you go. Michael Kelly allows the Tigers to tie the game right there. So we got ourselves at 6-6 ball game. Then we pick it up bottom of the 7th inning. The Tigers would take the lead and not look back as Harold Castro singles in a ground ball to right field as Tier Cruz comes around to score as the Tigers now take the lead. Now it's 7-6 ball game. Same inning, Ryan Laurier singles on a sharp line drive to center field, and Justin Greneau and Harold Castro come around to score a 2 RBI single that gives the Tigers a 9-6 lead. So they just kept, tumbling it on, and then they would not be done as Eric Hayes homers on a line drive to left center field. A 3-run shot also scores Derek Hill and Ryan Laurier, and it is now 12-6 ball game. So they just continue to tag along. This was off of Andrew Smoltz. And also the Ryan Laurier, 2 RBI single was also off of him as well. And then Tier Cruz doubles on a ground ball to right field. Willie Castro and Victor Reyes comes around to score as it's now a 12-6 ball game. So 12 unanswered runs right there. So a lot, definitely a lot. Not the best showing right there. I mean, that was kind of an abysmal showing. That was off of Andrew Brown. Then we pick it up top of the 8th inning. Derek Hall doubles on a sharp line drive to right field. John Oderud comes around to scores. The Phillies get one back. Now a 14-7 ball game. You remember Derek Hall homered against the Detroit Tigers' first game of spring training, when we tied 6-6. That was last Friday. And he drives in another run against him here. Make it a 14-7 ball game. Same inning, Edgar Carball singles on a line drive to left field. Affected off of Ryan Kittle over there at third base. And Nick Maton comes around to score. So it's now a 14-8 ball game. And that would be your final. 14-8 is your final score. The Phillies lose. A slugfest. 14-8. So definitely was an action-packed game. Kyle Schwarber gets to start at leadoff spot, batting leadoff as he goes hit. Was kind of had a slow start to the spring here as Gene Segura collects one and also scores one of the Phil's 8 runs. Didi Gregorius' only hit was a big one. The towering 2-run shot to right field. That was just great to see. Now batting .333 in the young spring at 1,096 OPS. So he's had a pretty good start to the spring here, which gives me some hope. We need him to bounce back. Let's not give up on this guy. Let's not give up on Didi Gregorius, okay? We all know what he's capable of. I think too many people are giving up on him, and believe me, I'm one. I need to, definitely keep an open mind and have an understanding that, hey, this guy is an easy bounce back candidate. So I'm not really too, worried about Didi. Definitely had a horrendous year last year. Rhys Hoskins also only one. It was a big one. The bomb to right center field, going over 470 feet. Just an absolute nuke the other way. So that was great to see, man. That was great to see. As I talked about, he did homer. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates on Thursday. So what an absolute bond. And Juan Camargo also collecting a hit. This is a guy that's going to be on the Phillies bench. I mean, not as big of a deal now because of Universal DH, but you're going to see him, play around the diamond a little bit. This guy has some versatility. Also scoring one of the Phillies runs today. Alec Bohm goes hitless, gets a start at third. As he cased twice today. Kind of a slow start to the spring here. Only batting 125. We're more than a week into play already, so he really hasn't looked so great. He's looked okay over there at third base defensively, but we need this guy to get it going. It's definitely would be, sad to see, another, blunder, developing a young player by the Phillies. It definitely would be, a disappointment, without a doubt. And Nick Maton also, with the RBI single today. Matt Vierling, only one hit today was that RBI triple, to open the scoring for the Phillies. He got it started. Mickey Moniak, only one hit was a big one, right? That 2-run shot. Mick, man, 2 home runs in the past couple days. Not bad. I like that. I like to see that. He really hasn't done anything. Baseball is just kind of, lucky sport. Blind squirrel finds it every once in a while. No offense to Mickey Moniak, but still not been impressed with him whatsoever. But, maybe he can turn it around. Who knows? This guy definitely has potential. I'll say that. He definitely has potential. Zach Eflin start 2 innings. Didn't allow a hit, didn't allow any runs, of course. Walking a hitter and also striking out one. So it's great to see him. And not seen Zach Eflin since, around the All-Star break last year. So I believe he made 1 start after the All-Star break. So he pretty much was out the entire second half of the season for the Phillies. And that really proved to, I don't know if we would have made the playoffs, but I don't know if we would have won the division just with Zach Eflin being there, but it definitely would have helped. It definitely would have helped our chances, and he wasn't there, unfortunately. He wasn't there, so it's nice to see him today. He looked pretty good. He actually looked pretty good, and Connor Brogdon, not so good today, walking free. He's definitely struggled so far this spring. A 13.50 ERA, only going a third of an inning. Not his best day. He didn't allow a hit, but he definitely did not have good control of his pitches. So you go take a look at Michael Kelly. One guy I am disappointed, though, about is Jeff Singer. Jeff Singer was an absolute disaster today, gets smacked with the loss. So Andrew Schultz, he also didn't look good as well. He was our 6th-round pick in 2019. I don't think you should put too much stock into this. It definitely was a rough day for these guys. But it's not, something to overreact about. Michael Kelly, definitely not a name to put any stock in. He was drafted in 2011 by the San Diego Padres. This is the definition of a guy to not put any stock in. So, kind of like Francisco Morales, Micah Bell, it wasn't anybody to really, be upset about, right? It wasn't anything like that. But still is annoying. You allow your opponent to score 12 unanswered runs against you. That's definitely not a good thing. That's what happened. Luckily, spring training doesn't matter, doesn't count. But Mickey Moniak with the 2-run shot. Reese Hoskins hitting an absolute bomb. The highlights added to Didi Gregorius with the absolute moonshot. So that is your final, 14-8 in a slugfest against the Detroit Tigers. The Phillies will face the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow at 1:07 at TD Ballpark as Bailey Falter will take the mound, making his 2nd start of the spring. And Kazuzi is on the mound for Toronto. He's 1-0 so far this spring. The game will also be on 94 WIP tomorrow. It's definitely been annoying not to see a lot of these games, and none of the games have been televised on the road. The only way we could sometimes get them on the road is if it's an MLB TV free game of the day, like it was on Thursday against Pittsburgh Pirates, like it was on Monday against the New York Yankees. But luckily, as I said before, we'll see the Phils, back in action, NBC Sports Philly against the Baltimore Orioles on Monday. So I will see you back tomorrow against the Toronto Blue Jays. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. Phillies Hot Media, Instagram, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Media. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshandsommedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you guys.